Hello, everybody. It's good to see you guys again. This weekend was full of a lot of news and stuff and information that came out, especially in the communities and all kinds of communities. It was a big weekend actually for Maury. It was her birthday, and she released her new EP too. I got that I got my package from that yesterday too, and gave it a listen. Listened to it about maybe like the full album. I listened to it about maybe 10 times or so, and then I listened to like another 3 or 4 times this morning. Hell yeah, dude! That's what I'm talking about. It's a really powerful album. So this weekend was very, like I said, this weekend was very eventful. There was a lot of stuff going on this weekend. We had the One Piece episode, I think 966 if I remember correctly, the new One Piece episode with if you aren't caught up with One Piece, well, I mean it's a flashback, but the Oden flashback, you know, the part of the manga, you know, he laughed. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good luck, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I think it was 966. Let me just double check right now. $968, titled "The King of the Pirates." Yeah, so that was a big episode. We got the rest of the Oden flashback, I believe, if I remember correctly. You know, Rogers, he laughed. He leans back and he laughs, and they play the memories. They play memories, you know, the song from One Piece, the One Piece song. Yeah. It was great. It was amazing. And then on top of that was the One Piece chapter on Sunday. So about 2 days ago, the One Piece chapter. It was I think 1009, I think it was, and we get some pretty cool stuff in that. You know, we get to see the Supernovas fighting against the Yonkos. That was pretty cool. Zoro taking a full-blown attack from both Kaido and Big Mom. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like to see in my One Piece. So that was big too, the chapter 1009. So we're just kind of going over what happened, the big stuff that happened, and then we'll talk more in depth about each of them shortly. So I think it was 1009. Let me just double check because I could be reading it wrong. No, yeah, 1009. Yeah, 1009. That was a big chapter in One Piece. We see Zoro take a hit from the two Yonko. And then, what else happened this weekend? Oh, right. JoJo Part 6. The anime for JoJo Part 6 got announced. And we have Ai Fido as the voice actress for Jolene. Now, I'll tell my opinions on that a little bit later. And then we also had the Kamen Rider 50th anniversary as well on Saturday. So this weekend was a good weekend to be in a community. So yeah, just looking for my water. I forgot where I put it. On top of that, in my D&D session, we leveled up to level 2. I got to use my changeling powers and actually do something with my changeling powers, so that was pretty cool. And then the god of my character's religion was able to manifest herself and bring herself down to my character, and bestowed upon her some blessings and gave her a brand new rapier. So yeah, I'm excited to use that in battle soon. And then I also got this thing. This thing was pretty cool. Let me see. Which one should I do? This one. This one's my favorite one to mess around with, just because of the absurdity of it all. Yeah. But I also have this one. This is the Tetris one, I think. If I remember correctly, this is the Tetris one. Yeah, you can't really hear it all that well unless it goes on for a while. But like those ones are my favorite ones to use, really. So I got those voice mods. Those voice mods are pretty fun to play around with. I keep messing with my friends in the Discord calls with them, freaking them out and stuff. That's pretty fun. Yeah. So, let's break it down into the easy to digest stuff first. So first of all, we'll do the D&D stuff first. So if you guys didn't know, I play D&D with my friends, and we have our own campaign. It's titled the Ghost of Saltmarsh. My friend Vixie streams it on her Twitch channel, Panthers V, or Panther SV. So you can find that. You can find her Twitch channel, and I'm pretty sure you can have. I think you have access to all the D&D sessions so far. If not, I could probably ask her for those files and ask for her permission to upload them onto the channel for D&D purposes and stuff. But yeah, this past session we had on Friday, we ended up, well, we were in a haunted house, and we ended up going down a secret trap door that led to an underground, kind of like an underground cellar. And in that cellar was a fireplace, and behind that fireplace was like an underground barracks room for some smugglers and pirates. And earlier in the session, we ended up defeating one of the smugglers who was tasked with guarding the mansion. So the mansion wasn't actually haunted. It is just there was just a lot of magic going around from one of the magicians in their a wizard, I think they said, it was in their in the smugglers party. So there was a lot of magic protections and stuff on like the let me turn this down a bit. On like the on the entrance to the trap door. So like that was blocked by magic and everything, and we were able to dispel it after we had unlocked it. So the character that I play is a changeling who takes the appearance of a human. She doesn't really reveal the fact that she's a changeling for a while to the party. They've been together for about maybe 3 days total, and she hadn't told anyone aside from one person in the party that she was a changeling. So this is a good time to flex my changeling's abilities of change appearance. So what I did with my character was I used the change appearance to change into the smuggler that we captured and infiltrate their barracks and basically get them all to leave, thinking that the Adventurers Guild was coming towards the mansion, and that we needed to leave immediately because they figured out that we were running a smuggling ring. And it worked. It actually worked, surprisingly. I didn't have to do a deception roll or anything, and that was a blessing, because we've been getting like really crappy rolls lately. Like I'm talking like 1s and 5s and everything, like critical failures. Like we get the nat 20 every once in a while. So we are using a digital dice roller. And the digital dice roller is the algorithm does not favor us in the slightest. We keep getting like really crappy rolls and everything. So we decided to buy our own dice sets. So those will be coming in soon, and I'm excited for those. All right. So that's D&D. Next up is Kamen Rider's 50th anniversary. Hell yeah, dude! Kamen Rider's 50. Kamen Rider is officially 50 years old, and that's amazing. And I think it was also announced that there was going to be a Shin Kamen Rider movie, directed by Hideaki Anno, the guy who directed Neon Genesis Evangelion. So I am excited for Shin Kamen Rider. I want to see exactly what they're gonna do with Shin Kamen Rider, because like I know there was a huge scandal that just came out with the actor for Kamen Rider Black, and it's a little upsetting, not gonna lie, to see an actor for Kamen Rider do something that scummy. You know, like Kamen Rider is supposed to stand for like integrity and justice and the good of the people, but the actor for Black was just awful. He would use his imagery as a Kamen Rider to get people to come to fan meets and stuff, and he said that if they didn't support him, then they weren't real fans of riders. You know, he was basically gatekeeping the rider community by saying that if you don't support him, you don't support Kamen Rider at all. And like, it was some really crappy stuff that he did. So that was upsetting. That was upsetting to wake up to. And on Kamen Rider's 50th too, like, damn dude, like, you couldn't even wait like 2 months to be like this, man. Like, that's horrible, to be honest. Like there are kids out there that look up to the Kamen Riders, and their parents probably grew up on Kamen Rider as well, and they were also people who looked up to Kamen Rider, and they probably grew up with Black as their main rider. So it's like, to see Black's actor do this stuff is like, it's really upsetting. But on the bright side, we did get the announcement for Shin Kamen Rider, and I'm excited to see what Shin Kamen Rider is gonna do, because I know it's supposed to be kind of like a retelling of Kamen Rider. So I'm excited to see that. And is this the Moe Moe Kyun Typhoon Cam? Yes, it is. It's the Moe Moe Kyun Typhoon Cam. But yeah, Shin Kamen Rider is. I'm excited for that. I'm waiting to see what comes out of it. More news. On top of that, we also got the Futo Tante, or Futo Private Eye. The anime got announced for that, and I purposely waited to talk about this because I know it came out like around April 2nd or April 3rd, and I don't normally buy articles that come out around the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, because people are still like to yo, hold up, WTF did Black RX 2, and was it similar to what Super 1 did? I'm surprised you didn't hear about that. You're like the big Kamen Rider man. So like, what Black did was he used the imagery of Kamen Rider to basically force people to go to meetups and stuff. And he basically said that if you don't support him, then you don't support Kamen Rider at all, and called people fake fans. And like, he tried to use his leverage as being a Kamen Rider in order to get people to like meet up and like do stuff with him and everything. So yeah, it was some pretty bad stuff. Yeah, like you can find it on the tweeters. That's how I found out, on the tweeters. But yeah, the I don't normally trust articles and stuff that come out on April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd because a lot of people do like to keep April Fool's jokes going on to like around the 5th or so. So normally I wait till like a few days after that for everything to like be solidified. Um, especially when it comes to like fandom stuff like Kamen Rider or even Fate, because I know the Heaven's Feel part 3 came out. I think it was part 3. Heaven's Feel part 3 came out at the end of March, and links started going up for the movie on April 1st and everything, and they were all fake. So that's why I'm like, I don't trust anything that goes up in the first few days of April. I usually wait till like the 10th or so to like actually physically start trusting links and sources from the webs. So that's why I didn't trust the Futo Tante anime until just now, like today, because the news is still up. So I'm excited about Futo Tante. So Futo Tante is a spin-off of Kamen Rider Double, and it's basically it's following like the stories of Philip and Shotaro a little bit after, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I'm excited to see what they do with Kamen Rider anime, because this would be like the first Kamen Rider anime that we have, like, you know, because we've had the shorts with the Taros from Deno. So like we've had those shorts that came out with a movie. Then there was the crossover with Crayon Shin-chan as well, but like those don't really count as like a Kamen Rider anime. So now that we actually have like an actual Kamen Rider anime in the works, I'm really super excited to see what I want to see even more is who's gonna voice Philip and Shotaro, because I know sometimes it's really hard for a Kamen Rider actor to come back into Kamen Rider because their production companies want them to move away from Rider and not be like sent, like, because they feel like Kamen Rider is a children's show, so they don't want their actors to be known as like only Kamen Rider and everything, which unfortunately a lot of Kamen Rider actors are only known as Kamen Rider. Yeah. So I think if they do what they did of Memory of Heroes, the Kamen Rider game, I would like the actors who did Double in the Memory of Heroes game to voice Philip and Shotaro in the anime, or if not, like get the actual actors for Philip and Shotaro to voice Philip and Shotaro. Either way, like I'd be happy with either. I think the voice actors did a pretty good job in Memory of Heroes. So they're also veteran voice actors, so it's not like they'll be getting newbies, like people who just have like one role under their belt to voice Philip and Shotaro, because like this is a big franchise, so to get like the big names to voice these characters. So that's what I'm excited to see, like what comes from the Futo Tante anime. Unfortunately, Funimation does have the rights to it, and I don't have a Funimation. I don't really support Funimation anymore after some stuff that went down with their website and how they were treating the people who wanted to cancel their subscriptions to their platform. Basically, it wasn't allowing people to cancel subscriptions, even though they would cancel subscription like 6 or 7 times, and it kept like charging them for that. So that's why I have trust issues with Funimation, so I don't really want to use a Funimation account. So I'll be using a different way to watch Futo Tante. Yeah. It's really difficult to support Funimation right now with everything that's been going on. You know the stuff. So yeah. Next thing is the JoJo Part 6 anime. So hell yeah! First of all, hell yeah! JoJo Part 6 got announced. finally, and it follows the cycle again once more. I think part 6 was Funimation more like, thank you for your comments. I will now screenshot it and send it to my lawyer. Yeah. Yeah, Shuya knows what I'm talking about with the Funimation stuff. But yeah, part 6 anime. First of all, hell yeah, part 6, Stone Ocean. I feel like if last year's quarantine didn't happen, I feel like we could probably, like, if everybody got it through and done with in the first 2 months, then we probably could have gotten Stone Ocean announced like back in July or August or something. Cause they're like, I noticed a pattern with JoJo and stuff. When a part of JoJo gets dubbed, the next part is the one that gets worked on. So like when season 1 of JoJo was finished, when the dubs started getting worked on, I don't know why that happened. What the hell? When the dub for part 1 started getting work on, production for part 3 had been announced, and part 3 started production and everything. So part 3 came out shortly after the part 1 and 2 dubs aired and finished airing. Part 3 came out in Japan, and then when the part 3 dub was announced and started, when the part 3 dub came out, the part 4 production was announced shortly after, and part 4 came out on April 1st, about 5 years ago. So yeah, so there's that. And then part 4 took a little bit while to get dubbed, and after part 4's dub came out and was announced at Anime Expo later that year, was the part 5 announcement, and I got to actually see a sneak peek of that. Shuya was with me, I think, that year for oh no, Shuya was not there with me. No, he couldn't make it that day. But the part 5, we got a sneak preview of the first episode of part 5, and that was awesome, honestly. Like, being in that room, saying that you were one of the first people to view part 5, hell yeah. And the part 5 dub recently finished airing about a year and a half ago, I think. So it was only a matter of time for part 6 to start getting worked on. A toast to part 8 getting closer to animated. Yeah, part 8 is getting really close to being animated. It's also getting really close to finishing. From what I read, Araki is planning on finishing part 8 soon, which, like, finally, part 8 has been going on since 2011. Part 8 has been here for a while, and part 8 just needs to, like, end now. Like, part 8 just absolutely needs to stop. I am officially like 100 chapters behind on part 8. I don't know, I didn't read part 8 last year, like, at all, and like over half of 2019. Like, I read when I stopped reading part 8 was in January of 2019, and I was about already 20 chapters behind, so now I'm even further behind. I was there. You got the Nora figurine, and it makes me bleed because I was clapping the box, stabbed me through them. Oh yeah, you were there. I couldn't remember if it was you that I was sitting with, or if it was Bass that I was sitting with. Because I remember Bass was also there, and then I met up with my friend who was cosplaying Ryuko as well, and she was waiting in line too. So I honestly just couldn't remember who I was sitting with, or who I was with that day. I just remember I was with someone that day, the day that we saw part 5. It was pretty cool. But yeah, part 6. So the part 6 anime was announced that Ai Fai Ro was gonna be the voice actress for Jolene Cujo, And I was honestly like half expecting Miyuki Sawashiro to come back to reprise her role as Jolene Kujo. Like, if you guys know, Miyuki Sawashiro she voiced Jolene in the Eyes of Heaven video game, and I think All-Star Battle as well. And I really loved Miyuki Sawashiro's portrayal of I really loved her portrayal of Jolene, so I was like, hell yeah, I'd be perfectly fine with Miyuki Sawashiro to voice Jolene if she if Part 6 ever gets animated. Miyuki Sawashiro seems like the best fit for the role of Jolene. And then when I heard that Ai Fido was gonna be the voice of Jolene, I was like, okay, they got Hibiki from Danberu to voice her, so not a bad choice. Like, Ai Fido is still technically a newbie. She's only been voice acting for about 2-3 years, I think, now. So she's still like really, really fresh and really new to the voice acting world. But I'm excited to see what Ai Fido does with Jolene and see how much fun she has and everything. I know Ai Fido was she's a huge JoJo fan. You love her monkey. Monkey. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, I'm excited to see what Ai Fido does with the role of Jolene, because I know Ai Fido was like a really huge JoJo fan when she was younger, and JoJo was what inspired her to become a voice actress, hoping that she'd be able to voice a part in Part 6. And I'm like, hell yeah. But like, honestly, I would have been fine. Like, here are the people that I would have been fine with voicing Jolene. So obviously Ai Fido, but she wasn't on my mind to begin with. But it was a pleasant surprise. But the ones that I would have been fine voicing Jolene would have been Miyuki Sawashiro, Chiwa Saito, Kana Hanazawa, or Shoko Nakagawa. Those are the ones that I would have been like perfectly fine. Any one of them would have been perfectly fine to voice Jolene. I feel like Shokotan would have been the most. I thought Shokotan would have been the most likely to voice Jolene because of her connection with Araki and how much she absolutely adores JoJo to the point where she's like actually performed Sonochi no Sadame live in concert. Hell yeah! Like, she broke her butt bone. She broke her butt bone doing Narancia's pose live in concert while on a tour, and still kept going with her tour. Now that is what I call dedication to your craft. Shokotan is a machine. She is a JoJo machine, and she is incredible, and she is amazing. And the fact that she told Araki what she wants Jotaro to do to her is like, that takes guts, man. That takes guts. So I feel like if Shokotan doesn't at least get a voice in part 6, that hopefully she gets the opportunity to perform the theme song for Part 6. I feel like Shokotan, like, she's worked so hard and everything, and she goes very like unappreciated and mostly unnoticed in the community because, you know, she doesn't voice too many characters and whatnot, but she's still incredible. Shokotan is amazing. She might voice Jolene's mom since she's yes. Shokotan is indeed Jotaro's wife according to Shokotan. So she might actually voice Jolene's mom. Who knows? Like, if they even give Jolene's mom speaking parts in the anime. But yeah, like, hopefully, like, Shoko gets to voice at least someone in Part 6, or at least perform the theme song in Part 6. Those are like the two things that I'm waiting for the most, is to see if Shokotan's gonna be announced to be in the cast of Part 6. Or at least that she's doing the theme song for Part 6. And then I'm waiting also to see what they're gonna choose for the ending song, because usually, like, they choose a song that was that was fit for the period and that came out in that time period. And it's usually like, sometimes it's like stuff that's like goes mostly mostly ignored or mostly forgotten, like part 5's Freaking You. Yeah, like a lot of people were expecting the part 5 ending theme to be Gangster's Paradise, and there's even a fan-made animation that showed what the ending would sound like with Gangster's Paradise. And like I thought, oh wow, that would fit really well, Gangster's Paradise, because you know, like part 5 is all about Passione and Giorno taking over the mafia and everything. So, but they surprised me with Freaking You. Freaking You was a pretty good choice too. Like thematically, Freaking You was a pretty good choice. Gangnam Style, God no, not Gangnam Style. It would be something Western, because I know Araki takes a lot of influence from Western artists. So I've seen a lot of talk that it'll probably be like a Pink or Lady Gaga song or something, and I'm like, maybe Avril Lavigne or like something a little bit hard rock maybe, or that one Phil Collins song's Easy Lover. I don't know if they go with a Phil Collins song, that would be absolutely insane. Phil Collins goes hard on music, man. He doesn't have to, but he does. Imagine it's Son of Man. That would be crazy. It wouldn't be Son of Man though, that belongs to Disney. I need water. Yeah, those are some of the things that I'm looking forward to part 6. So let's get on with it. The One Piece stuff. Hell yeah, baby. Chapter 1009 was hella lit. Like, I woke up and I saw the news, JoJo part 6 announced. I was like, oh hell yeah, baby. And then I saw One Piece chapter 1009. Oh hell yeah, baby. Mickey was indeed in part 6. Mickey Mouse was in part 6. See, I told that to my friend yesterday. I was like, yeah, I feel like part 6 took so long to get announced for the adaptation because of the fact that part 6 is a copyright nightmare, man. You had Spider-Man, you had Mickey Mouse, I think you had the Transformers too or something like that. Because of Bohemian Rhapsody, part 6 was like a copyright nightmare here in the States. And like part 6 is one of the reasons why JoJo took so long to get to the West. Like the main reason, like obviously the main reason is Prince, because of Gold Experience. But like another like inciting factor to the fact that JoJo took so long to get to the West is that part 6 and Bohemian Rhapsody are like a copyright nightmare with everything that Bohemian Rhapsody is able to do. Man, part 6 is just like, part 6 is absolutely bonkers and insane. Like it's a copywriter's nightmare. Like I read it and I was like, wow, how is this ever gonna get adapted into an anime? Spooderman and Mickey Optimus Grime. Yeah, Spooderman and Mickey Optimus Grime. They're the ones that gotta come out. Yeah, hell yeah, baby. But yeah, no, as I was reading part 6 back then, I was like, wait, how the hell is part 6 gonna get like, how the hell is part 6 gonna be as an anime? Like, this is a copyright nightmare. Like, just all the stuff with Bohemian Rhapsody alone, like just the name Bohemian Rhapsody alone would be a copyright nightmare, because you have to talk to like the entirety of Queen for that. And then on top of that, you have Bohemian Rhapsody's ability and all the stuff that Bohemian Rhapsody was able to do, which just made things even more complex. So yeah, but not like now I'm like, oh god, what did they do with part 6? Like, I hope they didn't water it down, just because of like all the copyright stuff. But yeah, we'll see what they do with the part 6 anime. And I'm really excited to see what they do with the part 6 anime. Because part 6 is, yeah, part 6 is good. Pretty good. Part 6 is pretty good, if I do say so myself. Whew. Still a little tired. It's the afternoon. I didn't have my tea. Next is, yeah, the One Piece news. One Piece chapter 1009. I woke up to One Piece chapter 1009 and I was like, hell yeah, baby. New One Piece chapter. Let's go. Let's read it. And I read it and I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm not gonna get into too into it in case people want to still read the chapter and everything and they're not they haven't read it yet. Which in this case it's been 3 days already. Why have you not read it yet, you know? So the One Piece chapter coming out was intense, it was insane. You know, the supernovas are going up against the Yonkos and everything, so like you have Kid, Law, Killer, Luffy, and Zoro on the roof of Onigashima fighting Kaido and Big Mom. And God, like all the stuff that they're doing is just, oh, it was so incredible, man. And then you have the Azakaya Nine, the Red Scabbards, fighting against fighting inside of Onigashima, trying to get back to the roof to help or no, not trying to get back to the roof. They're trying to find Momonosuke, who's with Yamato and Shinobu. So they're trying to find Momo and protect him, you know. And then they run into spoiler alert, Orochi is back. So there's that. So yeah, the Red Scabbards run into Orochi and Fukurokuju, and some stuff goes down there. And then it cuts to the roof of Onigashima with the supernovas fighting against the Yonkos. So, hell yeah, dude. Like, I'm not gonna get too much into it. I'm not like a manga review channel. If you want like a manga review, go to Tekking 101's channel. He has the full review on the One Piece chapters. So, yeah, if you want like good reviews about One Piece, Tekking, man, Tekking. Dude is hyped. Dude is great. Tekking is an amazing guy. That's where I get all my One Piece news from. Yeah, where I used to work, my my former employer was like, I don't like Tekking. He's too biased. And I'm like, well, I mean, if you look at things objectively, isn't everyone too biased? Like, everyone has their own bias they're constantly fighting against. You can't just say you don't watch one person because they're too biased, because if you're watching another person, you're just basically listening to their bias. So yeah, but yeah, Tekking for a better review of the chapter. And then if you want like a full in-depth review, you can go to Artor at the Library of Ohara. He breaks things down into like the minuscule details, like down to like the how someone's wearing their clothing, or like someone's top not being changed, or like someone holding swords with the wrong hand and stuff like that. So yeah, that is Artor, the Library of Ohara. You're damn right I'm biased. Yeah. Everyone has their own bias, and it's hard to like ignore your bias sometimes, you know? You have to see your bias. Yeah, sometimes you have to just like see your bias. and just kind of go through with it. So that's it for the One Piece stuff. Now the big meat of it. This is why I saved this for last. Calliope Mori's new EP, Your Mori, absolute banger, dude. It is amazing. I honestly like. So, the Grim Reaper is a live streamer. It is a great intro song to It is a great intro song to the EP, because it's kind of like it's like an electro swing. And like, if you know me personally, you know I like unique sounding music and stuff. So anything that's like out of the ordinary and stuff, like I like that. I like that stuff. So like, with introducing the EP with the Grim Reaper is a streamer with that electro swing beat is honestly the best way to like, that's the best song to put at the top of the album, to have it to like be the introductory track. It's great, dude. Yeah, dude, a banger. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. So Mori's EP is like, oh dude, like I listened to it like 10 times yesterday, and then I listened to it like another 3 or 4 times today. Like the full thing all the way through. I absolutely love every single part of it, dude. Like each one has like a different feel, a different era it's going for. Like the first song, The Grim Reaper is a streamer, has like that electro swing feel, like that, like, you know, the like the swing feel that you get from like the 20s and 30s era of music. So that was great. And then Red changes it up by bringing it a little bit more modern, and it feels like it's great, because it's like it'll like, it has the style and flow of like old-timey West Coast rap, but like also like newer beats and stuff, and like it's hard to get that perfect balance in between, where the rap and the beats are actually they're actually sufficient to each other, and they help each other, instead of one tugging you the one way and the other tugging you the other. Red is honestly, it's great. It's a great track. Like if you see Mori's MV for Red, you get to like see like all the imagery and stuff that Mori's going for, and like that line, I'm a prisoner to my ambition. Hell yeah, dude. Like I feel that hard. All content creators feel that hard. Like we have this drive where we want to always constantly be putting stuff out, and we're always hungry for more. So it's like it doesn't matter. Like I remember first trying to do YouTube. It was hard to come up with original content, but I like doing it, so I tried anyway, and it didn't work out so well, but you know, I kept trying, and you know, I take up learning a lot of things at a single time to try to better myself at stuff, and I really should learn to just stick to one thing before I start doing a billion other things. Like I'm trying to learn guitar and bass, or relearn guitar, I should say, because I used to play guitar, but fractured my hand that I used to play the frets with, so I had to learn how to play the opposite way. So I'm right-handed, so I have to learn how to play a left-handed guitar, which it's gonna be tough, but you know, I'll get there. So but yeah, like Red itself it's a great track, full of an amazing imagery. The lyrics and flow and everything is absolute bangers to a T, man. Like honestly, if you haven't listened to Red, if you haven't watched the MV, please go watch that, dude. Like it's great. It's amazing. Like there's not much I can say that hasn't already been said about Red. So you guys just gotta trust me on this one. Like, give it a listen if you haven't listened to it already, and once you've listened to it, you'll understand what I mean by like the imagery and stuff. It's difficult to talk about because like if you don't have the lyrics on hand with you, you can't really determine like what the metaphors and stuff are. Actually, let me check something. No, I was checking inside the little pamphlet that comes with all CDs to see what was to see if the lyrics are on there. The lyrics are not. The lyrics are not in there. So yeah. So unless you have the lyrics on hand, it's kind of difficult to talk about all the all the metaphors and imagery that goes into Red. But like once you have the lyrics and stuff on hand with you, and you're like seeing the MV and stuff, you can like break it down and pause it and talk about each individual line. Yeah. And then Guh is probably my favorite on the EP. Because for one, it feels like you can definitely see like with the different with the different tracks and how vastly different in genre each one is, you can definitely see where like some of Mori's inspirations came from. So like with Guh, to me it really felt like an Overworld song. Like if you listen to any of Overworld's music, like the stuff that they did for Blue Exorcist or My Hero, it kind of has like that kind of feel to it, where it's like really high energy and it's like also like quick verses and quick lyrics going at a steady pace and everything. That's what Guh feels like to me, and it feels like it falls like right in that perfect zone where the music doesn't overpower the lyrics and the lyrics don't overpower the music, and they work together with a perfect synergy. Like Guh feels like it's absolutely Mori's song, you know. And then there's Bully. I kanji ga yomenai. I can't read kanji. But track 4 is Bully. I think on the digital release of Your Mori only has 4 tracks, I think. Because I tried to find the 5th track online and I couldn't find it anywhere. And it's probably why like the 5th track is, there's a reason for the 5th track like not being available anywhere online yet. So Bully is honestly, it's a great way to end the EP. It's a great track to end it on. You know, like that one as well, you can go through and like break down all the lyrics and see what Mori's talking about in that one. Hell yeah, dude. Bangers, certified bangers, every single one of these. And then on the physical release, which is the one that I got, I got the physical release. I pre-ordered that. The 5th and final track on the physical release is Empress, Calliope version. So I feel like that part right there should explain why it's not on the digital tracks, because it's Calliope Mori's version. It's the version with just Mori in it. It's the version with just Mori's vocals in it, and I feel like that was the one on the album that I liked the least. It's not to say that I hated the song or that it was bad. It's a great song. It's just that it doesn't feel like it belongs to Mori. You know, like there's a million ways to phrase this, but the song doesn't feel like it's actually Mori's song. It feels like the song was borrowed, and I missed that. I missed it the first time when I picked up the album and I turned it over to see the names of the tracks. I missed it the first time where it said Empress Calliope version. So as I went through and I listened to it again and then I took a look at it, I was like, oh, that explains it. So like I feel like Empress is either a duet or a group song that Mori participated in, but she also might have done the thing where she made her own version of the song as well, that will that kind of as a kind of like little extra gift that goes along with the physical release, as a sneak peek to like the full song, that when it'll come out with the group or the duo or whatever the full complete song sounds like. Because it is a complete song on the EP. It doesn't feel like it's only Mori's song. Like some lines sound more like some lines sound like Mori lines, and other lines sound like they should be someone else's. Like, again, it's not to say that the song is bad or whatever. It's a great track still. It's just it feels like something's missing from it. It feels incomplete. You know? Like what's a good example of this? Oh, it would be like in Kingdom Hearts when Leonard Nimoy passed away and he could no longer voice Master Xehanort, and they had to find someone to voice Master Xehanort. And you know, like he did the new voice actor for Master Xehanort for Kingdom Hearts 3. He did a good job as Master Xehanort, but it didn't feel like it was his role, because we've known Leonard Nimoy in the role for so long that it was hard to get anybody else to fill the role of Leonard Nimoy. And then also in the Japanese release of the game, I think it was the Ansem's son, or not Ansem. What was it? No, I think it was still Master Xehanort. The son of the guy who voiced Master Xehanort ended up voicing Master Xehanort, and he did an amazing job as well. Like, that's not to say that they didn't do great jobs. It's just like the role feels a little empty without the original in it, you know. As like when people started going crazy that Alison Stoner was voicing Kairi instead of Hayden Panettiere, who voiced Kairi from the start of the series, you know. Like, it's not to say Alison Stoner did a bad job as Kairi, but like a lot of people were expecting Hayden Panettiere to come back and voice Kairi for the, you know, final installment of the game, because, you know, she started the journey with Haley Joel Osment and David Gallagher, and it wouldn't feel right to finish the story without the original cast, you know. So that's like a lot of people. So that's what I'm talking about, where like it doesn't feel like it's Mori's song. Like, it's great, but it doesn't feel like it's her song. It was his son, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was right about that. But yeah, like, that's what I mean when I say, like, it doesn't feel like it's Mori's song. Like, it feels like there's something missing. There's something missing in Empress, and I can't wait to see what it is that's missing from Empress when the Empress, like the true version of Empress, comes out, because that's what I'm expecting there to, like, it'll be like Calliope version, and then like X version comes out later, like the other person who collaborated on Empress, X version comes out later, and then Empress, like the complete version, comes out. So that's what I'm waiting on. That's what I'm expecting for Empress to like be out completely. So who knows? Maybe it's already out and I just missed it. But I'll probably go back and watch Mori's stream about that later. But yeah, Your Mori, absolute banger of a track. If you guys haven't listened to the Your Mori EP, please go listen to that. What are you doing here? Stop watching me. Go listen to Mori's EP, Your Mori. And yeah, that was all the news, like all the big stuff that came out this weekend. So to recap, I had my D&D, and some crazy stuff went down in D&D, where the patron goddess of my character came down and blessed her with a new weapon and gave blessings to all the to the entire party. And you know, the Kamen Rider 50th anniversary, Shin Kamen Rider being announced, the stuff with Black's actor going down, Futo Tante being announced as well, JoJo Part 6 being announced, the One Piece episode where he laughed, chapter 1000 of One Piece, chapter 1009 of One Piece. Then there's something else that I'm missing. Your Mori, what I just finished talking about, that's what it was, Your Mori. That's all the big stuff that came out this weekend. I just wanted to like talk about that a little bit. And then there's also the I think it was part 3. It was either part 3 or part 4 of the Heaven's Feel movies that came out as well. So there was that came out, and then the voice mod that I was playing around with for a little bit. You guys heard me playing around with that. I think that's it in terms of stuff for today. That is it. I do have a stream coming up on Thursday for Devil May Cry Part 2. I am absolutely going to get my revenge and not be the one that was crying. Part 3. Heaven's Feel Part 3, yeah. I forget, like, I lose track of, like, which one was the one that was coming out. Because I saw Part 1 in my house. A friend had a Blu-ray copy. He brought it over and we made a little movie night of it. And then when Part 2 came out in theaters, we want to go watch Part 2 with that same friend. And Part 3, we were going to watch it in theaters again together, but it looks like that's not happening anytime soon because of, you know, the restrictions and stuff still. So probably just wait for like Blu-ray release, or wait for all the links to come out and actually be working and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, I do have Devil May Cry Part 2 playthrough coming out on Thursday, and then Part 3, I think, of my Yakuza playthrough. I think it's Part 3. I had Part 1 on my debut stream, and then Part 2 was the real estate stuff. Yeah, Yakuza 0 Part 2. That was real estate. So I have Part 3. So I have Part 3 of Yakuza 0 will be this Friday. I still need to schedule a time for that, because I do want to at least get through chapter 1 of Majima or not chapter 1 chapter of Majima after I finish the Kiryu chapter that we're currently on. So if we finish the Kiryu, like, it should be a good 4-hour stream, maybe 5, depending on how long a Majima chapter takes. Because the early chapters, like the first 8 chapters, I think, 4 for Kiryu, 4 for Majima, those are the longest chapters in the game, because it's a lot of exposition dump, and that's when like all the stuff starts going down where with Makoto. So hopefully afterwards we'll be able to do a 4-hour stream where we do 4 chapters a stream, and then the final stream will be the big stream with the complete stuff. I don't know if I should do like smaller streams of Yakuza 0 where I just do where I complete the Money Royale, the real estate stuff with Kiryu, and unlock the legendary Dragon of Dojima fighting style for Yakuza 0, because I still don't have Kiryu's Dragon of Dojima style unlocked, but I have Majima's Mad Dog of Shimano style unlocked. So there's I feel like I should, like, I don't know, because the Money Royale is kind of boring and it takes a really long time. It's the hardest way to make money in Yakuza 0, because with Majima you literally can run the cabaret club like 6 times in a row, and you get like 1 billion yen from that. So it's the real estate part that's difficult to do. I think so far I've only completed I've only defeated one of the five billionaires in Kamurocho, and I'm working on defeating the second one right now. Either that or I beat 2 and I'm working on the third one, but I have to double check on that. But I'm pretty sure I've only beaten 1 and I'm working on the second one right now. I don't know, I'll probably check later. But yeah, because like I want like the story to be saved for like the streams and stuff, and then like maybe after we finish the main story we'll go and like do the mini games, like bowling, the batting cages, or I can do like just I can do a day for just mini game streams. I can just do like one day is just a bunch of mini games where you do the pocket circuit, the batting cages, bowling, dancing, karaoke. Yeah, but I need to at least get through Majima's next 2 chapters before I'll be able to freely switch back and forth between Kiryu and Majima. But yeah, so part 3 of Yakuza coming out Friday, part 2 of Devil May Cry coming out on Thursday, and then I think I'll be doing another Monday stream, either Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday might be the days that I do streams, and then Friday will be like Yakuza minigame streams, and on the days that I have D&D, and then a full Yakuza stream on the days that I don't have D&D. So that way we can at least get the business done with the Money Royales, with the Money Royale for real estate, and the Cabaret Club Czar for Majima's stuff. So yeah, look forward to that stuff. Then after, I think I'll complete Devil May Cry 1, and after completing Devil May Cry 1, I might start doing BioShock streams. And after we finish Bioshock, we'll go back to Devil May Cry 2. And then once we finish Yakuza 0, on the day that we do, on the day that we start Kiwami 1, we will have another endurance stream. I plan on doing an endurance stream at the start of every Yakuza playthrough. So that one will hopefully be a little bit longer than the last endurance stream we had. But I think that'll be all for today. So thank you guys for coming out and watching. Thank you to those of you that stayed until the end, those of you that popped in and said hello even for a little bit, or even just were lurking in chat for a little bit, you know, just kind of lurking around and stuff. Big thank you to you guys. You know, you guys are great and everything. I appreciate all of you. Hope to see you again. And this will be it for me. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.